Draftier than I remembered. Follow me. Welcome to the dwarven hold of Barm's Arm Shen, such as it is. Ironic that AM's holy city of Mournhold has Dwemric roots, don't you think? Curious. Practically no one knows this route, but this scaffolding looks new. Built by rogue ordinators, perhaps? Stay watchful. Sotha Seal always did admire dwarven industry.
If you're going to kill bugs, at least kill fetcher
Why built
flies.
his city here? This lift will take us to the nethermost depths of the ruin, and to our destination. Come along.
Something you need to discuss?
On you go. The entrance lies just ahead. You see, just across the ravine. That's our door. I'd say prepare yourself, but nothing can prepare you for what's to come. Touch the sphere. Clockwork City awaits. fortress. Someone diverted our passage. Audacious, but foolhardy. When I find them, wait. I feel cold. Back, creature! My shadow! My power! Don't let it escape! Factotums! They're activating! Ready your weapons! I will assist you as best I can! Another bat! Spinning up! Destroy them! More! To the southeast! Make ready! This had better be the last of them! Fetching scrap heaps. My shadow remains close. We must hurry. Swivel swords. Oh, wonderful. I'm in no condition to navigate this maze. Go. Find a way to deactivate these traps. Perhaps I failed to impress the gravity of our situation upon you. If my shadow gets away, we may never escape this place. So if you have something to say it quickly. Yes. And perhaps something more. In removing my shadow, our attacker removed some vital part of my animus. My soul, in the common parlance. Without it, my power is severely diminished. Needless to say, this will not do. Yes, of course. Disrupting the binding would cause my animus to disperse. An unwelcome prospect, to be sure. I might be able to reclaim the shadow, but not before we exhaust its power. So when we confront it, use restraint. Not yet. We should have translocated directly to the Brass Fortress, Seal's chief municipality here in the Clockwork City. But somehow we ended up here. Vexing. One step at a time, if you please. We need only to find a landmark or map or something. Once I determine where we are, it won't take long to find an exit. Just leave that to me. You focus on these traps. Well done. Killed by spinning knives is not an epitaph worthy of debate here. Eager to see what you find us absurd. Remedial spellcraft is all I can muster, but I will aid you as best I can. Lead on. Time to reclaim what is mine. Maliad kepiet tehir. Devacrocad Sint Morad! Finally. You never know how much you miss a thing until it tries to kill you. More ridiculous machines? I've had enough of this. Come. We still have a long way to go.
I wonder why
Behold,
Lord Set needs so many
Clockwork
creations
City.
that imitate life.
Friendly.
Because he could.
Sotha Seal's
better
brass
understand
fortress
them?
waits at the end of this
You'd
room.
probably just walk up and
We
ask.
should go there at once. Keen to find out who sent us on that delightful jaunt through the new Martis.
Devate fear. I warned you never to come back. And you, one of Fear's lackeys, I take it?
Luciana Pullo. Hospitable as ever? Go talk to her. I'll not waste my time speaking with a petulant toy soldier.
Hold there, friend of Fear. I am Proctor Luciana Pullo of the Clockwork Apostles. I don't know how you and this egomaniac breached Lord Set's Celestiadrome, but I won't have non-citizens stirring up mischief in the Brass Fortress. Only just arrived and already trying to grease the gears? New arrivals must secure an endorsement from a citizen in good standing. I'm prepared to overlook your atrocious choice in companions if you can find a sponsor. Until then, you are tarnished. That's for you to find out. Not many citizens will risk their reputation on a green-heeled stranger, and you'll find no comfort from me. Maybe you should confer with the other tarnished over there. In the meantime, obey the law. I'll be watching. Tread carefully, Fear. I'll be watching.
Luciana clearly hasn't lost her charming demeanor. Predictable. Ah, yes. Their bizarre sponsorship custom. I forgot about that little wrinkle. As a friend and peer of Sotha Seal, I come and go as I please. I suppose it would be best for you to wait out here. If I need you again, I will find you. I'm not a citizen. And even if I were, I'd not waste time wading through their opaque bureaucracy. You've proven yourself to be more than capable. I have no doubt you'll figure something out. Gain your sponsorship. We will speak again soon. I appreciate your assistance in the pneumatic forge, but for now, our paths must diverge. The artifact we seek will not remain in one place for long. I can ill afford a delay. Navigate this absurd ritual quickly, and I will find you again afterward. One of Sotha Seal's greater lackeys, Chief Proctor of the Clockwork Apostles. You might have noticed some mild cosmetic flaws. Honestly, I think she's more automaton than flesh and blood. She certainly acts the part. Seal takes all kinds. Imperials, Bretons, even Argonians. Luciana may be one of his oldest servants. She served Emperor Riemann Cyrodiil as a battle mage in her younger years, made quite a name for herself during the Akaviri invasion. According to the legend, she was caught in a torrent of arcane energy during a battle with a rival mage. It mangled her body and sent her hurtling through the veil. She eventually crashed here. Seal found her shortly thereafter and mended her wounds. Indeed. At first, I thought she served him out of some cheap obligation, reciprocity for his kindness. But apparently, she really believes in this place. I heard they had a bit of a falling out. She still serves him, though, in her dog-like fashion. People like her rarely are. You see, I present a destabilizing influence. I reject all illusions of authority and thus reject their entire way of life. Hierarchy, ritual, reverence, it's all a sham. I respect power, not absurd social constructs. Yes, a monastic order of sorts. They serve Sotha Sil through magical inquiry. Apostles fancy themselves iconoclasts who push the boundaries of magical praxis. There's a seed of truth there, I suppose, but they're still obnoxious. You mean, are they all half-metal monstrosities? More or less. Some modify themselves more than others. It's a form of reverence. They want to be more like Sotha Sil. You see, Sil has some peculiar... Well, I'll let you see for yourself. Sil has many names. Sotha Sil, Set, Sea, the Clockwork God, on and on. Tiresome, if you ask me. The Clockwork Apostles mostly refer to him as Set, his verse and sermon name. I call him Seal, because I'm not a doe-eyed idiot.
Another newcomer, eh? Well, if it isn't my second favorite assistant. What a fortuitous turn of events. I shouldn't be surprised. You have a knack for appearing when I need you most. I take it you haven't found a sponsor yet? Maybe we can help each other. Initially, I thought we could rely on my ample charms to win us a sponsor. Unfortunately, the people here tend to value craft over the pleasure of my company. Providing some gift or service seems to be the only way to earn a sponsorship. Yes, a clockwork apostle named Varuni Arvel. Apparently she's a member of the Congress of Calibration, the governing body here in the city. My associates, Kirith and Raynor, are already working on a plan to earn her trust. Will you help us? This promises to be a fruitful collaboration. I tasked Kirith and Raynor with acquiring gifts for Varuni, but they tend to wander. Kirith's just there by the cliff. You should speak with her. In the meantime, I'll conduct more research. Questions? Seeing as you found your own way here, I suppose there's no harm in sharing my own methods. I just learned of a secret cave beneath the city of Mournhold that, until recently, was entirely inaccessible. Can you imagine? Fearing that the Tribunal might seal it again, I set off through the cavern as soon as I could. It pained me to leave my usual cohorts behind, but this duo, Kirith and Raynor, have performed admirably. A pair of dark elf explorers. Like me, they delight in all things mechanical. Their youth and endless sibling rivalries can prove irksome, but what they lack in experience, they more than make up for in enthusiasm. Unfortunately, my illustrious bodyguard was away on personal business. I know better than to ask for specifics. I certainly miss her services, but one makes do.
I didn't put any stock into the words of those stargazers until I saw my first sand giant. It cut a horse in half. I haven't run so fast since I was stealing meat on the streets of Riften. Now we're all listening a bit more closely. Everyone is these days. Funny how a few months ago, they were just a bunch of star-obsessed loonies. Now, they're the only folks with any idea what's going on. Their observatory is up on top of that big hill there. Can't miss it.
Nice hole.
Speak quickly. I am very busy and our order is stretched to the breaking point. Of course, I'm sorry. You've come to help us and I'm being rude. Then I'll start from the beginning. A short while ago, the three guardian star signs, the warrior, the mage, and the thief, vanished from the night sky. I wish I knew. I've studied the stars my whole life. I've heard them speak. But now they're silent. It's eerie. All I know is when the Guardians disappeared, three powerful beings started attacking Craglorn. They call themselves the Celestials. I don't know. It's not a name I'd ever heard before. Two of the Celestials identify themselves as the Warrior and the Mage. The third, strangely, calls himself the Serpent, after the 13th constellation. The thief is nowhere to be found. Stargazers consists of scholars who are no match for the current threat. We need champions to face the warrior, the mage, and the serpent, and, if possible, to find the thief. Join us. Be our strong arm, our sharp sword against the Celestials. Thank you. We have a lot of work to do. But first, you must become an official member of our order. Enter the Circle of Stars and accept our blessing. Stars above, let this new light do your will.
Accept
them,
O
O
stars.
stars.
Let them always follow where you lead,
Oh,
Please aid them.
and bless them to restore those who have fallen from glory, our missing guardians.
Oh, please bless them.
We must talk. Do not be afraid. I am a friend. Forgive me. I did not know any other way to contact you without revealing myself. Even now, the Serpent's followers, the Scaled Court, are searching for me. I am the Celestial Thief. I appeared with the other Guardians when the Serpent broke free and manifested in Tamriel. One by one, the Serpent trapped the others. First the warrior, then the mage. He wants to do the same to me. Yes, they attacked Craglorn against their will. Listen, the Serpent's nature is chaos. He wants to undermine the very order of reality. He will not stop with Craglorn. My power alone is not enough. You must free the other Guardians. I will help you as much as I dare, but the Serpent is looking for me. If he ensnares me as he has the others, all is lost. Hara and the Stargazers will help you. Use their knowledge. Look for the presence of the Scaled Court. Where they are, the Serpent is surely at work. But you must not tell anyone you saw me. The Serpent's followers are everywhere. In a way, just as you might look at a picture of the star signs and say, that's the thief, or that's the warrior. Just so, I'm the thief, or one way of seeing the thief. Of the 12 rightful star signs, it's the Guardian's duty to protect the lesser signs, our charges, against the destructive ways of the Serpent. With the warrior and mage under the Serpent's control, their charges are vulnerable. So is Tamriel. It would be surprising if I didn't. The Stargazers are only dimly aware of it, but they carry an ancient legacy as students of the star signs. Their devotion has not gone unnoticed. You have been accepted by the stars above. You are now one of us. The stars have accepted you. I just hope it is not too late. Volumes of prophecy have been written about the stars, but not even the oracles foresaw these events. Gather allies before you leave the city. You'll need loyal friends to face the armies of the warrior, the mage, and the serpent. Return to me each time you learn something new. I will use what you learn to devise a plan to defeat the Celestials. It appears that the Serpent has gathered the bulk of his forces in the mountainous region to the north and sealed himself within. So much the better. That gives us a chance to learn what we can about this threat and plan a defense. Tradition holds that the warrior is one of the guardians who defends the other stars against the Serpent. But the warrior celestial who has recently appeared is no friend. He commands a merciless army of ancient Yokudan warriors called the Ankara. All I know is they are ancient and dangerous. I've heard intriguing rumors from the Daggerfall Covenant outpost to the west of a champion who appeared about the same time as the Ankara. That may be a good place to start looking for answers. One of our number, Errol, has been examining old Nedic writings on the subject. He hopes to find insight into the Celestial's sudden appearance. Errol is smart, but he's not exactly battle-hardened. I'd be grateful if you'd help him. Tradition holds that the mage, the warrior, and the thief are the guardian star signs. But the magical events in the foothills of Craglorn, including an ever-growing army of Atronachs, suggest that the mage has fallen under the Serpent's control. The Atronachs were originally summoned by a circle of conjurers from the city of Elenhir to defend Craglorn against the Dark Anchors, but it's clear they're answering to another master now. And, if anything, their numbers are growing. I'm at a loss. The conjurers who summoned the Atronachs have disappeared, but since the Atronachs were summoned to defeat the Dark Anchors, perhaps the Dolmens hold a clue. Strange things. Difficult to describe. A large spell scar in the middle of the desert. And the appearance of 2 high elves in Belkarth, each claiming to be the mage herself. It's as if the mage tried to fight back against the serpent and lost. I wouldn't rule it out, but I haven't had time to look into their claims. You're free to investigate, but be wary of a trap. The serpent could simply be baiting us. Last I heard, the women were still at the Crossroads Tavern here in Belkarth.
Help! Please, you must help. There was a terrible accident. My colleague is in grave danger. My colleague, Kelman Locke. We're sorcerers. He leads my circle, or Lehadai. We sought to shatter a dark anchor at its base, to show the Fighters Guild we can do it more efficiently, so we traveled to the Proving Grounds Dolmen, but our plan went horribly awry. The Circle summoned Atronachs to destroy the dark anchor. Instead, they turned on the Circle. One of the Celestials must have caused it. I'm no conjurer. I wasn't next to the summoning when it happened. It's the only reason I escaped to seek help.
Off we go!
Akatosh bless you, outsider. What brings you to our humble town? I won't listen to the lies of a Daedra worshipper. I'll summon the Grand Chanter. He'll deal with you.
Honest merchant. Trust this one.
Lord Akatosh, the dragon god of time, brings fire in the cold of night and light in the depths of darkness. There's room for you in the Society of the Dragon. All you have to do is say the word. You dare shout that Daedric filth's name? Heretic!
May Akatosh and the Divine smile upon you this day and all the days to come. If you're interested, I can tell you all about the Society of the Dragon. How can you say such things? You monster!
Do not despair. Akatosh watches over us always. Lift your weary head and give praise.
That's enough blasphemy out of you for one day. The Grand Chanter wants to have a word with you. Your foul words have consequences, heretic. The Grand Chanter has ordered you to appear before him. Problem? Yes, there is a problem. You're preaching Boethiah's lies to the faithful initiates of the Society of the Dragon. The Grand Chanter won't stand for that, and neither will I. He orders you to appear before him in the Chamber of Penance. No righteous citizen of Kvetch will raise a finger to help a Daedra worshipper. Now march! If you cause further trouble, I can't guarantee your safety.
Lieutenant, how has this heretic transgressed against the Dragon
By
God?
spreading the word of Boethia to the initiates.
There is only one punishment for blasphemy. Behead them.
What? Isn't that a little extreme?
You dare question the will of Akatosh?
It doesn't say anything about beheadings in the Book of Akatosh.
Silence, Initiate. Lieutenant, deliver Akatosh's justice.
Is this the life you hoped for, Jocelyn?
Larissa! I should have known. I'm leaving.
I like the sound of that. Time to go. I appreciate you not slaughtering everyone in there. A holy bloodbath wouldn't have served us any better than you getting your head chopped off. Unfortunately, Jocelyn is as slippery as I am. She snuck away before we had a chance to talk. Quite the opposite. Jocelyn fled with us, which means we gave her plenty to think about. I'd guess she's gone to one of the old Akatosh shrines along Varen's wall. Let's split up. If you find her first, politely ask her to wait for me to arrive. Remember, check the shrines along Varen's wall, and do try to keep the mayhem and slaughter to a minimum.
I love...
There's a hidden evil corrupting Vatch.
nice little present from Vec, eh?
Well met, Pilgrim. Have you come to pray? Best keep looking, then. I've been out here most of the day, but you're the first soul I've seen. So many in Kvatch have forgotten the old ways. They're all obsessed with their giant cathedral. They've forgotten how we used to worship. Shame that.
Can never have enough of that.
Do you make a habit of accosting strangers at shrines of worship? Those zealots are the worst thing to happen to Kvatch in 60 years, and I've lived through 8 wars in the corrupt reign of the Longhouse Emperors. If you're looking for more of their kind, inquire in Kvatch rather than bothering pious folk.
Nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvesting.
I knew I would find you here, blasphemer! Die! I knew I would find you here, blasphemer! Die!
I really don't like your odds.
You're working for my sister, right? How did you find me? No, never mind. Just tell me if you're here to talk or to kill me. Oh, just those little things I noticed. Like that cold look in your eyes. Or your rants about the splendor of Boethia. Isn't killing what a disciple of the warrior prince does best? Yeah, about that. I'm done with the Society of the Dragon. Turns out religion doesn't really agree with the women in my family. Especially not a crazy cult with a murderous priest for a leader. Now you're starting to really curl my spine. I could ask you the same. Just what were you doing spouting that Boethia nonsense in Kvatch? Are you some sort of Daedra out to prove a point? Are you Sheogorath? That's a more honest answer than I expected. My sister sent you, didn't she? She just couldn't let me deal with this myself, could she? Oh. And oh look, there's Larissa now. What a surprise.
Jocelyn, could you be any more predictable?
My dear sister, I knew you'd find me. Are you here to kill me too?
My sister appears to be safe and sound. She's surprisingly calm, even if she's still mad about what I did to her friend. That's better than I expected. Thank you for your help. I couldn't have exposed Grand Chanter Surus's corruption without you. That's sweet, but you've already done more than enough. You helped me show my sister the truth about the Society of the Dragon. She's safe now, and our plan worked exactly as I'd hoped. I couldn't have saved Jocelyn without your help. Thank you.
Every time you help me, someone winds up dead. Couldn't you let me deal with this myself?
I didn't like the way we left things, Jocelyn. And when I realized what the Grand Chanter was up to...
So my big sister sails in to rescue me. Again, tell me, how many did the Grand Chanter kill?
At least 3 people since I've been paying attention. I haven't been in town that long.
So you called in someone to help?
I know you're angry, but he really would have killed you, Jocelyn. I couldn't let that happen.
You don't have to worry about me anymore. I'm done with the Society, and I'm done with Kvatch. But I am not going with you.
Fair enough. But anytime you need me, I'll be there.
I know. Goodbye, sister.
The family has need of you, Initiate. Speak with me a moment, Initiate. Astara sent word. There's a situation in Kvatch that requires immediate attention. Go to the sanctuary, and the matron will tell you all about it.
Bandits are burning the fields! Help! The fields! The fields are burning! Bandits! They look like they're with the Midnight Union, but there's no time to explain. Just please go up the path and talk to Sister Sophia. She'll tell you how you can help.
Bless my eyes, if it isn't the Scourge of Blackheart.
Could you please untie me? It's good that you've come along, friend. The Van family is in dire need of aid. If you could untie me, we could have a more civil conversation. The Supernal Dreamers. I should have seen this coming, but I failed, and I need your help to set matters straight. The Dreamers have captured Ingrid Van, the owner of this farm, and I fear they have dark plans for her. I'm certainly eager to explain the situation further, but do you think we could continue the conversation over by the bridge? Come with me to the bridge. We can speak safely there.
I was tired of walking anyway.
Selling, buying, trading, right here.
Please, you look to be young and able. Please, say you'll help. The Nurin farm has been burned down, and Mr. Nurin has disappeared. It's very serious. You need to find Mr. Nurin. When the sun rose this morning, the farm was on fire. I tried to put it out, but most of the farm was destroyed. And then we realized that Mr. Nurin was missing. We need your help. Mr. Nurin's wife is still up there, but she says she's calling off the search. She's giving up too soon, you see. You need to go offer to help. Don't tell her you spoke with me, though. She dismissed me. Go on now. Go help.
Go away! So far, all the crazy people and monsters have just ignored this house. If you keep knocking, they'll come and kill you. And then they'll break down the door and kill me! Safe? You really expect me to believe that? I saw those things. I saw what they did to the farmhands. There's no way I'm coming out there. I guess you're right. All right, I'll come out for a peek. And if it's clear, we can make a run for it. But you'd better protect me. Let's get going then!
Let's ride!
I'm not stopping here. Those things are too close. I'll meet you at the castle, Finis.
I'm glad that's over. We need to get back to Camlorn. See you around.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude. I've just been under a lot of stress with this whole situation. Here's something for your help. It's not much, but we have a long trip ahead of us. I'm sure you understand.
Forgive me, Outlander, but I have enough to deal with. I'm just a simple tribunal priest, and the trouble at the ancestral tomb was too much for even our buoyant armiger to deal with. I have failed Lord Vivec, and left a colleague alone at the tomb. Lord Vivec sent the three of us to seek guidance at the Andrano ancestral tomb. We were attacked when we got there, and our guard was seriously hurt. I barely got her to safety, but we failed to complete the mission Lord Vivec bestowed upon us. Canon Levoul. He remained behind after we retreated from the tomb. I know he wants to get back inside and ask Lord Vivec's questions, but there's no way he can get past the Daedra, or ask the questions on his own. May the three grant him wisdom.
Tarniza, what's wrong? Someone help!
By the three! First a wounded armiger, now this!
By dawn and dusk, evil creeps through the shadows of my beloved Vardenfell. But an outlander arrives to aid my people, just as I have foreseen.
Those words, what do they mean? Merciful Azura, the Mother Stone spoke through. It's a miracle!
I can't let Lord Vivec down. Those monsters, it's too dangerous. What am I going to do? Did Canon Valasar send you? Oh, she did, didn't she? That means she made it to Saint Denis. Vivec be praised. Will you help me complete my mission? It would be sacrilege if I don't enter my family's tomb and make Lord Vivec's inquiries. As the saints declare, the tribunal always provides. We'll need to be cautious, however. Daedra invaded the tomb. Makes it hard to talk to one's ancestors while monsters try to eat you. I'll also need your help when we reach the summoning chamber. Take this scroll with Lord Vivec's inquiries, while I summon forth my ancestor spirit and concentrate on maintaining the connection. You must ask the questions. He insists we use the exact phrasing. We can go inside when you're ready. I've already lost precious time due to the buoyant armiger's wounds, but I suppose a few more moments won't make the volcano erupt or the moonlit fall from the sky or anything. What else can I tell you, my friend? I'm not quite sure, and it wasn't my place to ask. When your living god gives you a task, you say, "Yes, my lord." The questions seem to involve the time before the tribunal, which I assume is why we must ask them of my long-dead ancestor. A few of my contemporaries can boast of a luminary such as Farina Andrano occupying a prime branch upon their family tree. Lady Farina studied at the feet of Sothasil and was counted among his companions before the tribunal rose to power. Who's Sothasil? It's like asking who are Vivec and Almalexia. They are the tribunal, the living gods of the Dunmer. Sothasil is the architect of time and the binder of oblivion. If you want to know more, we can talk after we've finished. Well, I can tell you why they weren't here the last time I paid my respects. Canon Valasar thinks they're some kind of Daedra, determined to keep us from fulfilling Lord Vivec's will. Until you showed up, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. Before we go in there and face those monsters, I want you to know how much I appreciate your aid in this matter. Just don't lose the scroll that contains Lord Vivec's questions. Now come, let's call forth my ancestor. I'll open the tomb door. Follow me, but keep an eye out for those Daedra. Careful! The creatures attacked as soon as we entered the Hall of Remembrance.
You lead.
This used to be such a peaceful place. I came here as a young acolyte to meditate.
Was that the last of them? Oh, thank feck. Alright, why for mummy? Maybe I should have joined the buoyant homages.
We're nearly there. Then we can summon my ancestor. summoning chamber. I'll call forth my ancestor, then you can ask Vivek's questions.
Hasn't my rest been disturbed enough by those filthy Daedra? Why do you summon me, descendant?
My Lord Vivek has inquiries that only you can answer, my lady. My companion will present them with your permission.
The warrior poet? Very well. Ask Vivek's questions. Ask the warrior poet's questions, Outlander. Ah, Lord Vivek always had a way with words. Tell him to rest assured. The heart remains safe. I wonder why that concerns him. Ask the remaining questions, as my time here is short. An enemy of old, yes, but not the one that Vivek presumes. Sotha Sil imagined multiple scenarios and contemplated endless solutions. He even experimented with his divinity, drawing energy to study before returning it. Loss will come, he foresaw, but not until the collapse of the temple. Now back to sleep.
I hope that's what Lord Vivek needed. Let's talk outside. Thank you for helping me complete my task. Now, I need to return to Vivek City. Have you been there? It's amazing. Ziggurats rising out of the water, the moonlit hanging in the sky above. You should meet me there so I can introduce you to Lord Vivek. Just between us, I understood neither the questions asked nor the answers received. Not that I expected to. Some things aren't meant for mortal minds. That's another reason for you to come to Vivek City, to help me explain what my ancestors said. Excellent. I just need to make a quick stop in Saint-Denis to check on my original traveling companions. When you get to Vivek City, head right to the palace and I'll meet you there. I know that Lord Vivek will want to reward you for assisting me. I'll be along shortly. When you get to Vivek City, head directly for Lord Vivek's palace. Once there, I'll make introductions and we can tell the warrior poet everything we've learned. Of course. As I said, the tribunal consists of our 3 living gods, Vivek, Almalexia, and Sothasil. They lead us in spiritual matters and rule over Dunmer society as god monarchs of the Dark Elves. I serve Vivek, but honor the entire tribunal. Unfortunately, no. The Dunmer houses bow to the tribunal, but the savage Ashlanders refuse to acknowledge their divinity. The heretics never allowed themselves to be assimilated into the great houses. Instead, they hold to primitive superstitions. Praise Vivek! This is the person who helped me at the tomb, my lord.
Lord Vivek, we don't need the help of this outlander.
Oh, hush, Archcanon Tarvis. Outlanders have their usefulness, and this one intrigues me.
As you say. I'll be in my office if you need me.
Step forward, friend of Levoul, and let us speak. Canon Levoul says you helped him in his mission. As I have written, the one who helps my ally becomes my friend. Despite the Archcanon's concerns, I greet you with sincerity and pose a simple question. Will you assist us further, Outlander? I have ordinators and armigers at my disposal. Vast armies of followers and dedicated priests. What I don't have, however, is a fresh perspective. Will you set aside your personal goals for a time and become the eyes and ears of a god? Good. I need assistance to investigate a strange phenomenon that the Ancestor confirmed may indeed be a problem. We'll start with a simple divination ritual. Archcanon Tarvis can tell you what we need to delve into this mystery. The situation that troubles me has taken a toll on my Archcanon, but he's a faithful servant. Tarvis will do as I say, and I say we need your assistance. Find the Archcanon in his office, and he'll tell you how to proceed. The Daedric Prince. I suppose the same events that concern me might interest Azura, though she could just as easily be the source of these troubles. Red Mountain, strange Daedra, and then there's... well, we'll talk more about that when you return. Levoul's ancestor assured me that a source of power remains safe. As for the rest, let the guess ripen in the mind, and only speak when the fruit grows certain. I require more information on these matters, hence the need for the divination ritual.
Let's ride!
What's this? Some kind of exhibit? It looks incomplete.
Ah, Outlander. Lord Vivek trusts too much to put his faith in one such as you, but who am I to question my god? I suppose he sent you to me so I could put you to work? Did he say which task he wants us to accomplish first? Ah, yes. We do need to perform a ritual to reveal the nature of the phenomenon that vexes Lord Vivek. Now listen closely. I hate to repeat myself. Despite my objections, Vivek believes you were sent to help, so I'll do my best to assist you. Go to the ziggurat that's still under construction and tell the overseer that Lord Vivek requires the blessing stone. Then bring it to me in the palace. You receive a simple errand in the service of Lord Vivek, and countless questions form unbidden in your mind. Very well. Go ahead. Ask your questions. It's not like I'm the busy archcanon of a living god or anything. Ah, the ignorance of Outlanders. How refreshing. The Blessing Stones serve as repositories for small amounts of Lord Vivec's power. They allow his favor to permeate sanctified locations. We need such a stone to power the divination ritual. If you haven't guessed yet, the phenomenon interferes with Lord Vivec's power in unusual ways. It will be safer for everyone if I perform the ritual by using the Blessing Stone instead of drawing on my Lord's personal store of energy. Even if I told you, you wouldn't comprehend it. Lord Vivec's senses eclipse those of mere mortals. Suffice it to say, he feels a disturbance in the flow of energy throughout Vardenfell. He seeks to discover the source of that disturbance. Lord Vivec sees signs and portents everywhere. It's the poet at his core. I tend to be much more pragmatic. Sometimes a volcano is simply a volcano, and not a harbinger of doom. As for the Daedra, I have no idea. Perhaps the summoning got out of hand. Offend me? You give yourself too much credit. No, I feel the same about all Outlanders. This is tribunal business, best handled by tribunal resources. However, I also obey my Lord Vivec, so I will tolerate your involvement and do my best to aid you.
I was tired of walking anyway.
This project has been nothing but one disaster after another. How am I expected to get this ziggurat built on time when things constantly go wrong? Don't mind me. I'm just having one of those days. Our blessing stone? Do you know what happens if we give up our blessing stone? Well, neither do I, but I'm sure it won't put us back on schedule or end our string of disasters. I'm not one to disagree with the Archcanon, but that's a terrible idea. Lord Vivec? Well, why didn't you say so? But I'll need your help before I can turn over the Blessing Stone. The passage that leads to the consecration chamber collapsed, trapping some of my workers. If you can clear the way, you can borrow the stone. I appreciate the help. Just remember that you're only borrowing the stone. It needs to be back in the consecration chamber before the next shift, or we'll never get this ziggurat constructed in time.
Thank you. I'll go tell the Overseer what you did for me.
I thought I was gonna die under there. Oh, thanks for saving me.
Praise Vivek!
The Outlander returns. I understand there was trouble at the construction site, but you were able to save a few of the workers. Lord Vivek always draws the straightest arrow from the quiver. Praise the tribunal. Did you bring the blessing stone? Hear the words of the warrior poet, and reveal the source of Lord Vivek's distress. An Ashlander? A clockwork mage? A Daedric cultist? Something interfered with the ritual, my lord. But we may have learned something. Excuse me while I compare the results to our previous research.
Between the cryptic warnings of the ancestor spirit and the unexpected result of the divination ritual, I fear there may be more astir than I imagined. We solved the greatest mysteries by accident, I suspect. I should write that down. We learn from every action we take. Failure or success, each result teaches us something, at least in the larger sense. To be more specific, no, not as much as I hoped. Images that suggest avenues to investigate, riddles to solve. Let me tell you a secret, Outlander. It concerns a living god and energy that fades like daylight as dusk spreads across the land. Listen well, and speak not a word. My divine energy, it drains away. Whether from illness or foul malady, I know not. You must travel the land and seek answers on my behalf. But first, gratitude before service, as I have written. So thank you. The ritual confirmed my worst fears. Divine energy flows out of me for no reason that I can discern. I felt the power imbued within my blessing stone get wrenched away as soon as you added it to the ritual. I couldn't stop it. To quote my own words as the warrior poet, no lock exists that the determined thief cannot open. Follow the trail of my missing energy, and try to discover the identity of the enemy Lavul's ancestor warned us about. Something drains my energy. Find Archcanon Tarvis in his office, and ask if he gleaned anything useful from the ritual. If not, I know his earlier research indicated new avenues to investigate. Go where he tells you, and learn what you can. My divine energy diminishes with every passing moment, but the ritual confirmed my affliction is not natural. I regret that I could not reveal the full nature of these dire circumstances until your trustworthiness had been demonstrated. Yes, while Archcanon Tarvis has always been cautious about ideas and ideologies that didn't originate within the tribunal. And recently, that prudence has grown 1,000-fold. He's a faithful servant, however, despite his narrow-mindedness. I've always used my power freely, and without detriment. I create the blessing stones, hold the moonlit above the city, and perform 100 miracles a day to benefit my people. I begin to feel the toll this liberal application of divinity costs me. I care little for my own safety, but my people are another matter. Without my power to stop it, the moonlit will crash into the city and kill hundreds, perhaps thousands of innocents, and that would be just the start of Vardenfell's woes. At first, I barely noticed the loss of energy, but as I continue to grow weaker, the more it feels like an attack against my person. Besides, the Ancestor Spirit confirmed that an ancient enemy was to blame. We just need to determine who, before... Let us not dwell on disasters to come when we have problems enough to deal with in the here and now. Consult with Archcanon Tarvis and discover the source of this attack. Then we can put an end to it and not worry about what might have been. They always chide me about my flagrant displays of divinity, but so far, I am the only one of the living gods whose power is fading. Almalexia hoards her energy and has barricaded her temple against attack. As for Sothasil, my brother travels. We have not heard from him for quite some time, but I sense that he remains safe and in possession of his full power. Funny. He always wanted to discover the limits of our divinity. Perhaps I will solve that mystery for him.